Hi, so today I want to explain to you that our planet has accepted the new light reality and the government of the world has accepted the open universe model of existence, which means our universe will open in the future to become part of the what is called the universe of light. So imagine a place where there is no dark space, there is no lies, and there is no poverty, there is no pain. A place that is basically, it's the concept of heaven, but it's not a mythical place like the way heaven is portrayed in religions, but it's something that is physical, like a civilization, like a society, something that has schools, something that has teachers, that has all the attributes of our culture, that has art, that has women, that has men. It's not mythical in the sense of angels, in the way that angels are portrayed per se, even though, of course, some of those attributes still exist on a higher level, but it is real. That's what I'm trying to say, something that is real. So the planet has accepted, kind of like in the same way how, let's say that in 1800s, at the end of 1800s, when the Industrial Revolution was beginning and the technological revolution was beginning, kind of like, even though per se a peasant in some strange place didn't know about technology, but the person subconsciously has made an agreement, let's say, with the way kind of like the governments of the world would run the planet, would run the future. So imagine that our planet has made a subconscious agreement. I will call it superconscious, in the sense that it's a good agreement, it's not a bad agreement, to reach the universe of light. And the souls who have evolved on the earth will become part of a new eternal civilization. That is the point. So let's talk a little bit about what that means. So in the universe of light, there are no paradoxes. That's the most important thing to understand. And what is a paradox? It's basically everything that our current state of the world, the way our current state of the world works, is basically full of paradoxes. Like even math, science, even religions, everything. Why do I say that? Because it's like the moment when they predict a gain, they predict a loss. Everything is a gain and a loss. So let's say you have you can earn a lot of money, but you lose something. So it's always kind of like okay, here's a donut for you, but be careful, if you eat it, you cannot get another one. So because of this constant paradox transposition onto the world, we live in a state of scarcity. So we don't really know if we could live in a true abundant kind of world. It's unknown to us, to the experience. So we've learned to only think in terms of what we don't have, or or being afraid of what we could lose. So this kind of entity that is like inside a soul, this is called a shadow self. A shadow self is opposite to a soul. Straight away, this is the first and fundamental problem. And to reprogram the shadow self, to kind of like to break its boundaries down, its boundaries of thought, and to anchor the higher self or the soul in the body, is a complicated process, because you need to know a template. And this template I will call the Ascension product. And so let's keep going. So in the universe of light, there are no paradoxes, like the way we have experienced on this planet. There is no need to trick someone to gain something. There is no need to calculate your winnings over someone's losses. You see, because we have lived in a closed system, when a person on Wall Street wins $1, someone else loses $1. Like, this is actually true. I felt that like throughout my life. I felt how the energy of someone winning something translates into someone losing something. I've always looked, ever since I was born, I've always wanted to find a system where we could live in, where we could earn something and call it our own, and for someone else to be proud of what we've earned, what we've acquired, what we've won. So you see, because we have lived in the closed system, the people who have practiced this type of, there's people who have practiced a type of negative scientific magic. It's kind of science/magic, and they are like scam artists. They have control over a shadow blueprint, which allowed them to pull the soul out of the body and drain a person's destiny, mummifying a person, if you will, for them to kind of like slowly die. And they would quantify how to earn money from them. That is the point, the bad point, but that is what our culture has practiced for a long time. So there's been no person on earth who have earned money with soul. That is what I'm trying to explain, with the soul, because the soul reality and the money reality have been separated. It's like money hated soul and soul hated money until now. So all of this really started with the division between Christianity and the Muslim religion. So because Christianity represents kind of like a soul-based life, and the Muslim religion represents a money-based life. It's complicated to explain in this video why I'm saying this, but that is like the core base of how the functionality of thought works. It's like Muslim is economical, and the Christian life is family-based. After having fixed this problem by discovering the universe of light, reality, where this planet is going towards, it gives me control to train someone through the Ascension product and teach them to access their own soul destiny, as well as what skills you would need to acquire in order to support that destiny. Like, you need to train yourself. The truth of the matter is that the concept of the university is great. However, the concept of the university, the way it's taught, is wrong, because it only teaches to embrace the shadow selves, and it actually does not teach you to have skills. You end up learning certain things, and most of the activities around university, they're based on possession, meaning that just different things taking over you, and then you kind of acquire the degree, and then you kind of show off having earn different things, but it doesn't actually require skill. Skill is a very unique concept, and it's not really practiced in our society. So the Ascension product allows for the money. It teaches you how to control money and how to control soul to generate reality. So the idea is to live in a world where money doesn't freeze the soul, it doesn't trap it in a dead reality, and doesn't hate. It doesn't generate through the black hole. So this old universe, this closed universe, it was all about kind of putting inside each person a little black hole generator, if you will. And this is wrong, because all you really do with it is you hurt yourself and you hurt others. In the past, due to the amount of animal code that has flooded the planetary grids, people descended into animals, and they earned money negatively and had sex negatively, and they expanded families with negative tools. This is a fact, because if you notice how people flow energy into their blueprint, and the blueprint is a physical energetic structure around your body that activates different centers. Like, for example, when a child is born, it has a simpler blueprint around itself than versus when a grown-up is. Why? Because it has different energetic centers activated on the body. So and each energetic center has skills, and it has like you have abilities, what to speak, what to say, how to behave. So all of those are actual code flowing from you, from your, you can call it from your brain or from your mind, or you can call it through like, that's also a configuration, an energetic configuration around your body. So that needs to be trained, and it needs to be anchored to your future ascended soul on the where the planet is headed, into the light future. So the more people kind of anchor there, the better the field is, the better the world is, the better you will feel, and it's real because it is not something that is forced upon you. It is something that is designed on common sense, and it's mathematical, and it's scientific, and it's spiritual in the sense that you can feel yourself. It is not something that's practiced through drugs or hallucinations. That's actually not encouraged, in the sense that it's not necessary, even though all aspects of life can be incorporated in your experience. This is not something that is dogmatic, because the negative robot AI computer of the closed universe has been exploded, has been shattered by the universe of light avatar, which is it's like a light universe computer consciousness that organizes the entire civilization into a living crystal civilization. Because of that, the culture is very different. The future ascended Earth is very, very different. As a result of this update, my name has been written in the database of the planet for me to recover my rights of ownership from that future, and to anchor to my higher self, to my ascended self in the future. And I can receive wealth from the dispensers by generating soul creative products into the world. These products are alive, and they are based on living plots and living archetypes, which love the soul and value its experience with proportional wealth. For example, if you notice Hollywood does not really produce on a yearly basis a lot of movies that have value, and there is a reason for that, because they cannot write a soul plot. So our culture, if you actually notice, they cannot produce products. This is a fact, because there is no intelligence in the field. Okay, basically there is no ideas, there is no soul ideas. So like our culture has been taken over, has been brought up through this like robot AI that's been basically very fast developing things, and it's actually been stealing soul ideas. But once this like closed universe negative robot AI died and has been cleared out of existence and converted by the light avatar future light computer, then we can insert new trends, new living soul trends, where a person's development is supported physically. So this is called an ascension beam. You can experience this, every person can anchor to it. You can experience like a timeline, a personal timeline, to anchor yourself to the greater exit time stream of the planet. So I'm inviting you to participate in this process by anchoring to a living economy where your soul can generate crystallization and experience an exciting template life. This is why I'm presenting to you the Ascension product. And unlike outdated spiritual systems of thought, the Architects of Light template teachings actually function like a university degree from your ascended future self, from the exit time stream, as I've explained. The fact of the matter is that there is no knowledge on the planet about the exit time stream and about light. So this is something new, this is something novel, this is something not to be interpreted with anything that is old. This is your chance to get to know yourself, your future higher self. And it's time for you to remember your true nature of being and regain control of your soul in a unified living reality. That is what we stand for, and there's a lot to understand about it. My video is just basically a brief introduction, and just for you to like get to know my personality, and to mention the books. You can read our books, $1 Million Soul or I Am of Light.